So the new Spongebob movie is out on Paramount Plus this weekend, and we're gonna talk about it. So let's get into it. Hello friends, and welcome back to the Brockopp side, a place for those who live, talk, and buy movies. And with all that being said, if you have seen this movie, comment down below what you thought about it. Did you like it? Did you dislike it? But anywho, so this is officially the third Spongebob movie, and this time around, Gary the Snail goes missing again. So SpongeBob and Patrick embark on an epic journey to get him back, and then along the way, Keanu Reeves shows up a few times, which is pretty cool. So if you couldn't tell already, I'm actually a pretty big fan of SpongeBob.
Come on, take it, bitch!
You know, like many people my age, I grew up with the show, and I have such fond memories of watching the first movie in theaters and playing the video game, and then the second movie came along when I was a little bit older, came in skeptical, but ended up enjoying it quite a bit. So now we have this third movie, so it's kind of like having a SpongeBob movie in 3 different stages of my life. Now, unfortunately, couldn't go see this in the theater because, you know, them some crazy times we're living in, man. So right off the bat, the movie's not 2D animated like the other 2 movies on the show, or it's actually 3D animated, which, you know, for some people that could be a little bit of a weird change, but honestly, I actually kind of liked it. It still fits with the tone and the style of the show, just in a more 3D cinematic feel. And throughout the whole movie, there's plenty of fun SpongeBob Easter eggs, referencing back to old episodes and stuff, which was really cool. And there's plenty of SpongeBob jokes and shenanigans going on throughout the whole movie, which is cool. It does bring you back to the spirit of the show a little bit, not quite the same level. Probably my favorite part about the movie is Keanu Reeves as the sage, you know, because he's a sage, but then he's also made out of sage, so it all works out pretty well. And I figured he was going to be in there for like one scene, just for like a quick celebrity cameo, like pretty much all of these SpongeBob movies have, but he actually does show up quite a few times throughout the movie, so anytime the movie got a little stale, he just kind of literally rolled into frame, be like, "What's up, guys?" Whoa. So with all that being said, there are a few things about this movie that just really start to drag it down after a while. Most notably the Camp Coral flashbacks throughout the movie. Now, I would have been totally okay if it was just like a flashback scene at the beginning of the movie to show, you know, how Gary and SpongeBob met, but they are just weirdly integrated into the climax of the movie, and they just don't fit at all. They just feel horribly shoehorned in there. You could have totally done this a million different ways, but instead you add these camp segments in there, which I think the reason they feel so out of place is because they're just there to set up the Camp Coral TV show that nobody asked for and Nickelodeon suspiciously made after Steven Hillenburg passed away, whom never wanted to make any SpongeBob spin-offs. Oh, don't worry, we are going to get into that show very soon. That is unfortunately the worst part of the entire movie, which is kind of a shame because up until that part I actually was having kind of a bit of fun with it, but then it's like, There are a couple other things about this movie I could definitely nitpick, like the fact that SpongeBob says crappy. Do you kiss your mother with that mouth? And something else I noticed about this movie is the fact that it just feels like the stakes are really low compared to the other 2 movies, which I know that probably sounds kind of silly when we're talking about SpongeBob movies, but just think about it for a second. In the first movie, Plankton framed Mr. Krabs for stealing King Neptune's crown, who then subsequently froze him, so Plankton stole the Color Patty formula, then took over the entire Bikini Bottom with his remote-controlled bucket helmets, and basically turned the place into a dystopian society. And then the second movie, pirate Antonio Banderas steals the formula, and then Bikini Bottom goes into apocalyptic mode after that. But then here in this third movie, King Poseidon just wants snail goo to rub over his skin to make himself look purty. Okay. So overall, I didn't hate this movie, but I didn't love it either like I really wanted to. It's definitely the weakest of the 3 SpongeBob movies. I do think there are some good things about the movie, but overall, this movie really just gets dragged down by the Camp Coral stuff and a few other weird things here and there like that. It unfortunately just doesn't really have the same spirit that the show once did, or the other 2 movies do. So overall, maybe watch it, maybe just wait until you feel like it, I don't know. Overall, I'm gonna give this movie a bronze unboxing machete. So if you want to see some more reviews like this, you can check out this playlist right over here. And if you want to see what YouTube recommends you watching me next, you can check out that video right down there. And of course, subscribe if you live, talk, and buy movies. And we'll see you on the Brockopp side.